What were some of the big takeaways or shifts that jumped out to you in this year's findings?
So I talked about volumetric early on, but we continue to see, increases in multi-vector attacks. And part of this is it's becoming more sophisticated. If you've heard me talk very often, I'd love to talk about the MITRE attack framework. And that's the methodology where you would do reconnaissance, determine a vulnerability, come up with an exploit to attack the vulnerability, take actions inside the network once you got in there, and maintain access long term. And so we see DDoS attacks rather than just slamming into people now saying, okay, we can't, use a bot, and a bot is just a number of machines that have been taken over. So if you have 1 million bots, that gives you 1 million bots to attack one bank. That's a lot of volume. And the bots could be a DVR or my mom's computer or anything. It's just that all network computers. So if you have these bots out there that are international and you're attacking a US company that says, well, I don't have many customers internationally, so I'm going to block all international traffic. Well, then you have to shift to have all your bots come out of the United States. That reconnaissance is becoming, they probe, they're adaptive, and it's more an ongoing fight than just a slam into you fight. We continue to see that effort in trying to bypass systems. So, bypassing automated DDoS defenses, and typically on-prem networks where, you've got a proxy or a firewall or a load balancer, and you specifically focus on bypassing those capabilities. Talk a little bit about the regional aspects. EMEA, again, mostly based on geopolitics. Still have a lot of criminal activity, but that I think is the driving factor. In APAC, or the financial was the most attacked, getting about 38% of all volumetric attacks. North America finance was number 2 behind gaming. And there's a lot more detail in the report itself if you want to go out and read that. But those are the highlight notes.
I would love to see some examples or patterns that stood out, especially around what is motivating attackers today.
I think what's motivating the attackers is, it depends on who they are. Let me kind of jump into some examples of the threat actors. So BlackMeta is pro-Palestine. And so, again, very politically active. And these are probably, the 5 or 6 most active threat actors. And so, and they have infra shutdown, a DDoS for hire service. So while they are doing a crime for hire service, they are also politically motivated. So it's that hybrid. You have NoName, which is pro-Russia. They have the DDoS tool, DDoS IA tool. And, again, they on Monday are working on cybercrime, and Tuesday are doing an attack against an institution that came out pro-Ukraine. And so this is an interesting one because, if your CEO does come out and make a political statement, that's where they may come and do a DDoS against you because you've come up on their radar. RipperSec is another pro-Palestinian, this one based out of Malaysia. And it's just very active. And I think that's why it makes a list, because it is so active and it has a number of members across, that region. GorillaBot is a platform. Again, it's provided by cryptocurrency based subscription. And this is where you see, the motivation is all based on what they're after. So if it's somebody who wants to attack a competitor, they can rent something out to attack a competitor. They want to attack a bank. If they want to attack somebody for cybercrime, That basically the motivations are varied there. And then finally, unattributed bot. And this one's based on methods. We know it's one botnet. We don't have a lot of intelligence around what its organization is based on or what its members are primarily motivated by. So that one is appropriately named.